Oh, we're live. We are live. We are live. And let me add the coach right there. Hey, coach, how you doing?
I'm good, Beto. How are you? Buenas
I'm
tardes.
good. I'm good. I just started live. You jumped on in. Hold on. Let me make sure everything's okay. All right, we are ready to go, coach. Oh man, the show was good. Todo listo. We're live right now, coach, and I even have the graphics ready to go. It's going to show that Tono is going to be on the show today. Maybe.
We don't want chusmas in the show.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Now, first of all, welcome to ThursDIAZ, everybody. Beto Duran, Coach Joel Diaz. Coach is in a bubble somewhere. We're going to figure all that out. Somewhere in Los Angeles. Tono Diaz. We're going to get to Tono, Coach. It's fantastic. And first, before we get going on all that other stuff, just want to say thank you to everybody who's been real supportive and sends me messages throughout the week. Hey, we're going to have ThursDIAZ. They show me where you guys have put your pictures of the stickers are at. Pretty cool. I still have some more. So if you didn't get any, send me a message tonight and I'll get them out tonight. Look, Coach, I even went, I bought sobres y todo. So they'll be out, they'll be out tonight because
That's great.
yeah, I was looking through everything and like where we've been at, and on Instagram it'll give you the memories of what you did the last year, and like we've had some good shows, a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
And this week I was at my son's school. I'm leaving, coach, right? And when I go to his school, I don't talk to anybody. I mean, no me peino, no nothing, right? I get
Right.
done, and one of the soccer players, dad comes up to me, and he tells me, hey, he's like, hey, you're Beto Duran, right? I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking he's going to tell me, oh, I love you on CBS2, on Jim Hill, this and that. He's like, I love ThursDIAZ. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He's like, I'm a big boxing fan. I usually watch it on Mondays because he's off on Monday. So, Señor Tony Real, I believe was his last name. Tony Real, hopefully that's right. Thanks for watching and supporting it. I was like, hey, that's cool. Thanks a lot. He's like, I love how you guys just tell stories about it. He goes, I listen to a lot of different boxing podcasts, but you guys are just la pura plática. So that's pretty cool. So it's good to see it. It just keeps on growing and going and everything else, and we're going there. I see the comments, but let me give you guys the background of what's going on. Roberto Diaz might join us, probably not. He's en route somewhere right now, so he's busy. We got news information from Golden Boy. Coach is in the bubble somewhere in Los Angeles. And Coach, I apologize to you right now because normally I send you a text and I tell you what time the show is going to be at to make sure we're available. That's why sometimes the shows are at 8 or 8:30, depending on everybody else's schedule. Today you texted me at 7. He's like, "Se va a hacer o qué?" And I'm like, yeah, like, what's the problem? I'm like, what time, coach? You said 8:30? And then I realized that I never texted you to let you know what's going on porque Tono got me so rattled today. Tono
Really?
sends me messages on Instagram. I'm almost to Vegas. I'm almost in the bubble. And I write back, okay, 8:30, we'll get it going. I thought I was talking to you, but I was talking to Tono. So he threw me off, and I went back and looked, and then I realized that the picture you sent me was an iPad. And I forgot that Tono said, I'm going to have the iPad. So I apologize to you, Coach. Tono has me
No
rattled.
problem. No problem. You know that when we're in the bubble, I mean, we don't have a lot to do. Everything here is good.
Yeah.
Since we got here, Omar has been on wait, so we're just relaxing. We've just been going to the cafeteria, getting some breakfast, lunch, dinner, and earlier we got a coffee. And actually, look, Beto, I brought a 6-pack.
Hey!
I knew that I was gonna be in the show. So I said, okay, look. And actually, my son came in and he goes, because I smuggled these in. But, hey. It is what it is, you gotta do what we gotta do, right?
Yeah, so we definitely gotta do that right now. Neil Macaseda. Oh, Neil, how you doing in San Diego? Say hello to Team Mercito Hesta. Appreciate you checking in right now. Barrelitos are there. So, Coach, what do you have going on this weekend? You're in LA for the PBC show. That's going to be in Carson, correct?
Yes, in Carson on the undercard of Andy Ruiz and Chris Arreola. Have the co-main event, Omar Figueroa coming back. And at the same time, same day, May 1st, Saturday, we got Cub Swanson in Las Vegas on the UFC show. Antonio's over there with him. So, everything's good. These guys train really hard. everything's ready to go for Saturday.
All right, so that's the shirt you have right there, Panterita. That's Omar Figueroa. And who's he fighting?
He's fighting Abel Ramos.
Okay.
Abel Ramos was his last fight was against Jordanis Ugas.
Oh, okay. So that's gonna be the co-main Saturday, and they will all have fans there. I believe it's about 2,000 fans are gonna be allowed inside. What's it called? Dignity Health Park now, or StubHub or Home Depot, whatever it's at. Coach, do you have any tickets?
No, not on me. I mean, I don't. Why? You need some?
Well, I don't have anything to do, so I got cleared. I got my vacuna. Can I? Can you have another purple polo?
I can make one. Remember,
right.
Pacific Boulevard's on the corner. We can make anything right here.
So I'll walk in as Tono Diaz. Can I do that?
Why not? Yeah. But as you're walking in, you have to stutter a little bit.
Oh, man.
But I mean, look, I'm here with Omar. Like I said, but I mean, if you need something, I can make some calls.
No. We'll see what's going on because it's definitely a fight I want to see, and I'll get into that because it'll be Saturday night on pay-per-view. I'm already the mayor of Carson, Coach. I'm gonna walk in there. Don't be surprised if I'm gonna be like the Watsons. I might be in the corner with Andy, and if he loses, I'm gonna be in the corner with Chris Arreola. I'm gonna be back and forth. I'm the mayor. But no, I was looking at it, and I made some calls on it. I have nothing to do Saturday. I think I'm gonna go. I'll probably show up there, see what's going on Saturday. It'll be on pay-per-view. And Coach, you saw? Coach is gonna open up his beer. So I'm scared. I was gonna wait, but I'm gonna open up mine too.
I'm gonna open too.
I'll open up too. All right.
There's one for Junior and one for me because he's here with me.
Oh, you're your son there. Okay, all right. Coach,
look.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers. And let's see here. Where am I at? I gotta get rid of Tonio's name. See, I'm already preparing. I got Tonio's name ready to go. I am drinking a beer from Craft Beer Kings, Purple Slushy. It's from 450 North Brewing. It's a smooth style Berliner Weiss with blackberry and grape. It's a fancy beer, Coach.
Look what Beto's drinking. Show my son again, so he can laugh.
It's a slushy.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Doesn't look like a beer.
Yeah, I don't. It's a slushy beer. It's purple, but it's
It's a slushy beer.
It's a 1 pint, and the percentage of this one is gonna get me messed up, Coach.
50-50 beer and something else.
It's 450 Brewing. 450 Brewing and also CBK, my boy Mo at Craft Beer Kings. It's a collaboration. I know what you guys are talking about, and I just realized that on the can right now.
Yeah.
It's
I'm gonna try it.
I am. I'm gonna open it up right now. Ooh.
Drunk and high at the same time.
Yeah.
Junior says you're gonna get drunk and high at the same time.
Whoa, that's nice. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. It's from Craft Beer King. Oh my gosh! Wow, Junior, you'll like this.
Hey, what?
It's a slushy beer. You were supposed to put these You're supposed to put these beers in the freezer. It's like comes out like a Slurpee. Wow, this is good. It's like a dessert.
Why do you get all kinds of beers and we don't get anything?
Because
knows everybody.
Because your son is.
If Beto knows everybody, they should know us now.
Yeah, it's because your son. All he has to do is come and pick it up. That's it. Simple as that.
That's easy.
Yeah, look, hey, Coach. Yeah. But la chusma, I got a modelo here. No worries.
I got a lot of modelos at home.
Yeah, there you go. We got.
I want some of those that get you high and drunk at the same time.
We got all kinds of stuff. And by the way, I still have the bottle from Arreola. We're ready to go. Green Eye Bandit, I have one for you. There was one delivered. So, cheers to everybody else. It's the beer. You're asking if the beer's purple? Like I'm gonna pour some into the glass.
Oh, it is.
It is.
Yeah, it's fruit. It's made with real fruit. So 450 Brewing. Anyway, that's a beer show. Another way. Chew your beer. That's our guy from 818. All right, here we go. So Saturday. Am I going to be cussing out everybody in no time? Probably. Saturday, Coach. For boxing fans, Andy Ruiz looks way different than I've ever seen him. You were in person with him. Actually, you took a picture with him. He said he started his camp at 310. You were next to him today. How's he really look in person?
Man, he looks very different. I mean, he came around. We're having lunch, actually. And, kid is really, really humble. He he comes to the table where we're eating, and he goes, "Hey, coach, how you doing?" So he comes around and says hello, and I tell him, "Hey, I've been trying to get a hold of you." I says, as a matter of fact, I said I left the house. And I forgot something. A friend of mine in Cancun gave me some little monos of you that wanted to get signed. And he says, "You should have brought them." I go, "I know. I left home and I forgot them." He goes, "Well, can you get somebody to bring them?" We look. I have a friend in Cancun that has a restaurant, and he had those monos of you, and he wanted me to sign them. And I told him. He asked me if I knew you, and he says, "Well, yeah, of course. Of course we know each other. You used to train me." I said, "Well, yeah, but I mean, these guys don't know that." But the thing is, he said, "Whatever you need, coach." He goes, "Here's my number, and whatever you need." I go, "How do you feel?" He said, "I feel great." He says, "I feel strong. I feel ready." And you can tell just by the way he looks that he is ready. But at the same time, I've known Chris Arreola for many years,
mm-hmm.
and I've never seen Chris Arreola in such great shape as he is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it's gonna play out for a good fight. I think those guys are gonna give the fans a great show Saturday night, because you got two Mexican heavyweight fighters, and those guys come to fight. Everybody who knows Chris the Nightmare Arreola, they know that guy comes to fight. He's game. And now Andy Ruiz, I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited to see that fight.
Yeah, at first when they announced the fight months ago, I did like everybody else. Yeah, Chris Arreola hasn't fought in years. He's 40 years old, whatever, washed up. Andy, he's fat, whatever. He doesn't take it serious. Now, after seeing the press conference yesterday, both of them in shape, and they're friends. They get along with each other. There's a lot of respect, but somebody's going to go down in this one. And then it's the first time you're actually going to see two Mexican-American heavyweights going after it. So it's a pay-per-view, $49.99. It's going to be a good card. I like it. And once again, I don't work for the promoters, but if I don't get a ticket, I'm going to buy it. I'll watch it just because I want to see what Andy Ruiz is all about. And I know Chris Arreola is going to give him a tough fight, so I think it's going to be a good one on Saturday. And then you got the co-main, so that'll be perfect right there. And the Fox is actually going to have a free view like at 4 o'clock, so it'll be pretty good. It's going to be hot Saturday in Carson, so they're going to be nice and sweaty. Not that many fans, so it's going to be good on Saturday night. So I'm looking forward to it. Now, your guy, it's Brandon Figueroa, correct?
No, Omar.
Okay. But his brother is Brandon.
His brother's Brandon. He fights the May 15th.
Okay.
He's fighting.
Now, Omar, who's fighting this weekend, he's the younger brother, or is he the older one?
Omar is the older brother. Brandon is the younger brother.
So Omar's the one that got into trouble, was missing weight back and forth, but he's back locked in. Yeah. So this is a good fight for him too, then, right, Coach? You gotta make. It's not easy.
Nothing's easy. Nothing is easy. I mean, as easy as it looks, it's not easy. Every fighter has a different personality. Every fighter has a different mentality, different work ethic, and I'm just happy that he's back, and he's gonna perform different from previous fights.
Yeah.
I mean, his last bump in the road was when he lost to Yordenis Ugas. And it wasn't a great performance. He didn't do much training. But the problem with Omar at the same time is he goes through a lot of injuries in camp. And for this camp, we focused on being healthy, not getting hurt during training, and coming to the fight healthy. And that's what happened. So he is healthy. He is on weight. He's been on weight since we got here. And that's already a plus.
Okay.
Because other than that, it's like we had to go to the gym and go to the sauna, and that was taking a lot out of him. For the last 2 days, he's been just in his room, resting, eating. Today, maybe an hour ago, we brought him down to the official scale. He's 147. We brought him back up. He had dinner. He's resting, so he's good. He's Omar Figueroa is a fighter that performs even when he's dead. I've seen him fight with 30% energy in his body, and he still performs.
Mm-hmm.
But now with full energy, like he is now, he's gonna give up a better performance Saturday night.
So that'll be Saturday night. Watch it from Carson, Coach Joel Diaz. Now, like you start mentioning the heavyweights, and somebody brought a good point that Arreola's last fight was draw against Konaki. So you're right, Chris Arreola isn't an easy pushover. So it's going to be a good one on Saturday. But you said you used to coach Andy?
When Andy Ruiz made a transition from amateur to pro, I was actually the first coach he approached.
Oh, really?
He lived in El Centro, and he came to Indio, and I think I trained him for about a month. I think it was like about a month. I trained him, and then he moved to LA. But yeah, as soon as he turned pro, he says I'm gonna go pro. He was training with us in Indio. I was training Andy.
And then I'm showing the picture right now. Looks like a completely different person that we saw when he fought last time.
As you can see, his arms are as big as mine, so he's in good shape.
That'll be a good one Saturday night. So that'll be good. How do you see that one playing out, though, when you have two heavyweights like that?
Interesting. I see a very interesting fight because I know their characters. I know Andy really well, and I know Chris Arreola really well. I saw because coming up back when I started with Bradley and at Thompson, that's when I met Chris Arreola.
Wait, Chris Arreola used to fight at the Thompson shows at the hotel? At the Doubletree?
I don't remember, but he was always around.
Oh, he was always around. Okay.
Yeah, because he was always with Josito Lopez.
Oh, that's right.
They trained with Henry Ramirez.
Yeah.
They trained together, so they were always together. I don't recall Chris Arreola fighting at a Thompson show.
Okay.
I really don't, but he was always at the Thompson shows, always. Because he was always with Josito Lopez.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so that'll be good. And then Chris Arreola, it's funny. Like the more people change, they get older, they get more mature. Chris had a suit on, but then he had a Dodger hat on. Like he still, he kept on going. All right, Tono, you ready? Tono's watching. I know he's crying. 17 minutes as we set up the show. Tono is in Las Vegas. He has his iPad. He's ready to go. He has a link to the show. Tono, you got 2 minutes to get on the show. If you don't, I'm going to send the link to Henry Ramirez, who's also in the bubble with Coach. So we can get Henry on, we can get Coach on, or Tono. So hurry up, Tono.
Henry's not in the bubble with me.
Oh, he's not?
No,
he posted a picture. He was in the bubble.
Henry?
Yeah. He must have an undercard guy.
I don't know. I haven't seen him. I've seen everybody out there, but I haven't seen him. Actually, today was a press conference, and I didn't see him.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, Tono, you better hurry up, or else we get Henry. And if we don't get Henry, we'll get on any other coach that's in the area. We'll put him on right now. So if not,
Joe Goosen.
Joe Goosen. I gotta go find a denim jacket for Joe Goosen.
That's what my son said today. He goes, "This is the first time I see him without a denim jacket."
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like Joe Goosen, I've been around him a little bit, seen him, always calm. But Coach, when you see other trainers, in the gym, or not in the gym, but like just at events, like it seems like there's a mutual respect of like, I know what you're going through, and there's no really animosity about people, right? It doesn't. I mean, I'm sure there's always somebody who you're like, that guy me robó algo or something. Something. There's always something, but there's still like that mutual respect that trainers have, don't they?
Yeah, of course. I go down to the cafeteria and I run into all these trainers, and there's always professional respect among each other. I was in Puerto Rico. I was having lunch with Manny Robles, great guy. I was in Dallas, and I'm having breakfast in the morning with Robert Garcia. Here, I was with Yuka Morales was with me earlier, and Marvin Zamudio was here earlier. Joe Goosen came. There's a snack room, and we just left earlier. We'll go to the snack room, get a coffee, get a fruit or just get a drink. And we're watching the NFL draft, and all of a sudden Joe runs into the building, And I said, hey, what's going on, Joe? And he goes, oh, we're watching a movie, but I just came to grab some drinks. So he gets in, and then I stopped him for a little bit, and we're talking. And he's telling me he's training Chris Arreola for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And, 2-3 minutes, and he was telling me, hey, good thing you got Omar back on track. He needs somebody like you to get back on the roll. And all of a sudden, he goes, I got to go because we're watching the movie, so he leaves. But, it's the boxing world is a small world.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's a family. That's why when we run into each other, I mean, I've never had any disagreements or any problems, any animosity with any coach because I'm always very friendly with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I always have respect for everybody. I treat everybody with respect. Excuse me, they come around, we have a laugh, we talk. We're in the, for example, let me tell you what happened yesterday. We get here to the bubble, right? And it was Federico. Federico is he's the strength and conditioning coach, and then it's my son and Omar. So we're here. We did a COVID test. We drive from India, so we come to our room, and then Federico calls me and says, "Hey, I'm really hungry." I said, "I am too." I said, "But we can't do nothing until they give us the results." And this time it was a 30-minute results, right? So we have to wait 30 minutes. I said, you know what? They said in 30 minutes we'll get the results. So I'm really good friends with Harvey Estrada. And Harvey is always here. So I call Harvey and I go, Harvey, I said, I'm really hungry, dude. What time is dinner? And he says, 6 o'clock. Tells me, but if you go to the third floor, in the third floor, there's a snack room. I said, okay, well, he says, as a matter of fact, I'm going there right now. I said, I'll meet you there. So I get out of my room and I call my son and I call Federico. I said, Federico, let's go. Where are we going? Just come with me. We get on the elevator. We're on the 12th floor. And as we're going down, the elevator is full with Omar's opponent's team, right? Everybody's there, like 5 people and us. So the elevator was full as we're going down, and it stops on the 4th floor. And we were going to the 3rd. And as soon as the doors open, and they're like, it's full. And I look around, I go, I don't care, Harvey, come in. So I get Harvey in, and I hold him. And everybody looking at me, I go, hey, this is the good one. I gotta keep this one. Everybody wants to get out. Because to me, he was the one that's gonna take us to the 3rd floor to get the snacks. And then we were just there talking. I go, hey, Harvey, believe me, from now on, you're gonna stay with me. You are my ticket to the snack room. And he was just laughing. I said, believe me, if those guys would have got mad, I would have taken everybody out of the elevator, but you were supposed to get inside.
You gotta take the guy.
So, yeah, because he was my ticket to go to the snack room.
That's all that matters. You gotta make sure you keep the important people there. All right, let's see here. Speaking of important people, did he leave? Oh, he's there. Oh, he's back. There he is.
Back.
Making
that was more than 2 minutes. How
you doing?
No, he dialed in, but I kept him in the green room to see if he would start crying or not. So he's ready to go.
No, I wasn't crying. I want to get some.
Wait. How does everybody have barrilitos?
Oh, because we have a smuggler back in Coachella that brings them in.
Smuggler.
and we buy them off of him.
But because barrilitos are hard to get, aren't they?
You just gotta find them at the right place in Mexico. I mean, they don't sell them in a lot of places in Mexico, but there is places where you do, where they have them. I mean, I make sure that when I cross the border, I come back with some.
Cause they're good.
But now we have a guy that trains with us that goes on the weekends, and when he comes back, he brings them, and then we just buy them off of him.
So yeah, because barrilitos you can't buy in the United States, right? But you guys got a guy. You got a guy. So, all right, here we go. So, here we go. Now the show is officially started. As my friend Beto Gomez says, hey, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that other good stuff. If you're on iTunes or Spotify, make sure you guys rate, review, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Daniel Zamora, I was with him. We had a lunch with Mr. Ken Thompson the other day at the Brea Chop House. And we were talking about the show. And Daniel said, I'm out there doing my job, and I'm listening to ThursDIAZ during the week. And you guys bully Tono. And people come to Tono's defense. Tono, everybody comes out here and is like, hey, leave Tono alone. You know,
People.
my brother's vice principal at Mace's High School sends me a message after we reposted that Toño's going to be on the show. Great. Toño brings so much energy to the show. You know, all this Toño time and everything else. Blah, blah, blah. Pero how come you just, you know, why do people love you so much, Toño?
I don't know, because it's me.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. There was somebody at the gym. I don't know what it means, but I asked this person at the gym the same thing. You said, why do people love you so much? And somebody says, because he's a goofball. I don't know what that means, but...
Look at this. Right there. Your good friend.
I've been getting those.
Yeah. Mikey V right there goes. I post
Mikey
that.
Easy.
And then look what happens. They have a picture of Toño on his iPad. Gente sin que hacer. People, it's so creative with these screenshots and the meme of what's going on.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. It's a cheers to that. All right. So, Toño, you're in Las Vegas right now. You're there.
Yes,
you're ready to go. And look, everybody's coming. I'm only here for Toño. Toño.
Hey,
Toño.
Wait. Before we go any further, I want to say happy birthday to Aldayr.
Yes.
Mi gallo.
Happy birthday to Aldayr.
Aldayr, happy birthday, gallo. Wishing you the best. Wishing you many, many, many happy years full of success. Mijo, échale ganas, le mando un fuerte abrazo.
Happy birthday, Aldayr.
Family, Chimpa, all your family. But today is your birthday. Enjoy it.
Yeah, good kid. He works at Golden Boy, Aldayr. Probably one of the smartest people I know in the sport of boxing. He's only 20 years old, so he'll be doing something. So he watches. He knows what's going on. See, Toño, I even put your name there. All right, Toño, how was your drive to Las Vegas? Everything's fine?
Everything's good. Smooth drive. I mean, I get in the car by myself, turn on my music, hit the back roads, and I just cruise it.
Yeah.
I cruise at 110 miles an hour.
Toño, now I'm curious. When you're driving to Las Vegas, what are you listening to?
Chalino. Serious.
Beto Quintanilla.
Beto Quintanilla. Chalino. The people that sing the ugliest is what I hear.
Now, Toño.
Bad Bunny then.
No, that's the way no.
Oh, no Bad Bunny. Now, Toño,
Yes,
do you talk to yourself on the drive to Las Vegas?
Yeah. I was actually talking to myself like, man, I hope I'm on ThursDIAZ today. I hope I'm in. and when I got to Prim, when I was coming down the hill, that's when I said, this is aquí está el gancho, sas. I recorded, hey, I'm ready for ThursDIAZ. No, I sent him a video. I'm going down to Prim, and I get the video, and then I put the camera and I go, hey, I'm headed to Vegas. I'm almost there for Cub Swanson. Joel's in Carson with Omar Figueroa, and then I point my camera to the iPad, and there's my iPad in case they need me at ThursDIAZ.
Yeah, but the best part is that you sent it to me, and I thought I was talking to Joel, so I forgot to tell Joel what's going on. So you got me confused. So that's what's going on. All that good stuff. Now, Toño, what's it like when you go to the MMA? Is there a bubble there? How's it work for you guys this weekend?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell you one thing. This bubble, it's the same thing. When I got here, they have the whole hotel here reserved just for the UFC. They have security outside. When you drive in, they ask you, is the car gonna stay? I go, yes. So they put a red sign, car staying. You cannot move the car, so it stays. So before you check in, we go into a trailer and they do the COVID test to the mouth. They do the COVID test. They give you a red bracelet. They give you your ID with the red tag.
Okay.
Tomorrow, if everything goes well, tomorrow you get the green tag. Then you get your room. They send you to your room and they tell you cannot leave because it's different buildings. There's building 1, building 2, building 3. I'm in building 1. They tell you, you could leave your room, you could leave, but don't leave your building. So I'm able to go outside to the other guys' rooms, go to the gym or here, go to the 3rd floor, 2nd floor, wherever I want, but just in this building. Until tomorrow, I could leave after everything's well. Then tomorrow I could leave the building and go outside around the premises. You cannot leave the premises.
Now, are the bubbles the same or like the protocol the same? Because I know UFC is a little bit different the way they handle things.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. The only thing that I do like here is that it's not like like with Joao. Oh, where's the food? And they have a cafeteria. They don't have food here. Right here, they tell you when you order your food, either Uber Eats, Grubhub, or DoorDash, you have to specify there on the app. Drop off the food at the hotel. You gotta put your room number. So what you do is you order your food. They bring it. They put it. They drop it off in the front lobby. A security comes in the first floor. In the first floor of every building, there's a table, and they put it there. And then you go to the table. And you see your food there, and you pick it up. Or the security there calls you.
It's interesting. I know everybody.
Right, they don't have no cafeteria, no food. You have to order your own food.
What about the day of the fight, Tono? How's that work?
I got the email that Joel sent me the other day. It said that we have to go to the fight in the van. We cannot drive our own vehicles. Whatever we need, we can go to the store, but we have to ask one of the drivers to take us or like that. But
wow.
Yeah, but we cannot. But the fight's gonna be no fans.
No fans. And then, how can you watch Cub on Saturday, Coach? Where's he fighting?
Was UFC? ESPN?
Fox?
Fox. I think Fox or ESPN.
Okay. So he'll be on TV. So Cub Swanson, you'll be able to check him out on Saturday. Cub is always in a good fight. I think, Coach, are you frozen a little bit? You might be.
Am I? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, you've been like this for like 30 minutes.
Frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen, but we can hear you, Coach. If you want to dial back in, Coach, we'll hang up and dial back in. We'll take care of you.
Yeah, just hang up. We don't need you. I got this.
All right, Tono, since you got your barrilitos ready, you got ready to go, let me ask you this as your brother's going to dial back in. Floyd Mayweather against Logan Paul. What do you think of that?
Oh, man. I mean, you know, for boxing, I mean, it's what can I say? It's not a good fight. You know, it's not gonna be a boxing fight. It's entertainment. For entertainment, it's gonna be good. I mean, I know there's gonna be a lot of people watching the fight because Logan Paul has a lot of fans, a lot of followers. You know, and Mayweather, well, you know, Mayweather is Mayweather, and he has a lot of people that follow him also. It's gonna be a nice little show. It's not gonna be a boxing fight. It'll be a show.
Okay. See, Coach. I think Coach's Wi-Fi is frozen where he's at. You can hear us, Coach?
Joel.
Oh yeah.
Oh, before I continue, Beto, I want to say a big shout out to my.
No. I'm gonna hang up on. Don't make. First of all, hey, no. You are not gonna come in here and start giving shout outs to everybody. And you're gonna start hijacking the show. No, because if you do it for one, all of a sudden everybody else is gonna be like, here. We'll have a time and place. We'll have a time and place. See? This is what happens. This is what happens to Chusma. You guys come in, and then all of a sudden, it's like you take over. Like, when you invite somebody to a quinceañera, I was like, oh, I invite you, but then they show up with 8 people. No. That's what you're doing right now. You want to give shout-outs. Why do you want to give shout-outs, Tono?
Because I got a text earlier. Hey, you're going to be in the show. When they posted the picture with me on the thing. You better send me a shout-out, you know?
See? Okay, Tono. Tono, when you go
That's true. Sasuke never called me to say shout-outs. I ain't send no shout-outs to nobody.
You right? See? Coach.
I thought he's back.
Coach.
Yes.
Look, you just missed out on something. I'm ready to kick your brother off. And that was just 2 minutes while you were gone. Your brother is in the middle of telling a story about Cub Swanson and talking about Floyd Mayweather and all that other stuff. And immediately he said, hey, Beto, hold on real quick. I'd like to send a shout-out. He wanted to start sending shout-outs.
Why did you send a shout-out? You didn't tell him nothing.
Because
but that's Aldayr. It was a happy birthday to Aldayr.
Who cares? Who cares about Aldayr?
I care. It's mi gallo.
And it's also, that's a happy birthday is different from, it's, let me send a shout-out. And also, it's his show. You're a guest. It's Joel's show.
I'm a Diaz.
No, you're a guest.
Look, you're a Chusma.
Yeah, look,
you're
Tono.
Duran. We're
Tono, I'm in charge of the computer. I'll hang up on you, Tono. Look, Tono, you want your name back? Where's your name at? Right now? Where's your name? It's gone.
Oh man, I lost it. It's gone.
I lost it.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Okay, all right.
Hey, he was taking a break.
He was taking a break.
That's what happened. My name was taking a break.
Oh man, Tono, you're funny, man. All right, let's see here. Aldayr, if you're watching this show right now, dial in, Aldayr. I want to have you on the show so you can defend your honor against Tono Diaz. There it is. Because it's going to be all of everything else. And Venomous
He's not
Sound.
watching the show.
Venomous, you have a pretty good question about Canelo and Graham Bensinger. I will get into that right now. But if you're watching it, click on that link and let's get going. Toño, seriously,
Yes,
people ask you to give them shout-outs?
One of them, un chihuindo.
Now, why do you...
Are you serious? He's drunk.
Yeah.
Now, why, Toño? Why?
Because they're my fans. They're my people.
How come they don't ask Joel to give them shout-outs?
Because they're not his fans.
How come they don't ask me? I'm in charge.
That's true. Ask Beto, guys. Come on.
Now,
Go to Beto Duran on Instagram and ask Beto for a
no,
shout-out.
I say no to everybody. You know why? Because we're
See,
professionals here.
That's what they don't ask you. See,
We
I
are
never said that to my
professionals.
fans. See, as a nice person, as an athlete, as a former athlete, a career trainer, I cannot say no to my fans. I'm the CEO of the Chusmas. Freddie just said. Freddie Prieto said I'm the CEO.
All right, now as we get ready, Aldayr, if you're watching, make sure you dial in. I sent you the link. You'll be good to go. Coach, Beck the Bully has a fight. Gabriel Zotto, June 19th in... Oh, you don't know, Mas? Tonyo's already making reactions.
Oh, no, we're here.
Okay. Gabriel Zotto takes the fight against Beck the Bully, the co-main, June 19th in El Paso. And I see that smile on your coach. It's the fight you guys wanted.
Well, we wanted the Kovalev fight, but honestly, we are blessed with this news that we got this fight. It's a good fight for Beck. I mean, honestly, Beck is moving fast, and I think Gabriel Zotto is a tough warrior that is gonna go in there and put up a fight against Beck, and it's a very interesting fight for us, and we're very happy to take on that challenge.
And that'll be a good one. Why is it for 12 rounds?
If it's 12 rounds, I'm pretty sure this is for some sort of title. I don't know.
You guys don't know.
We got the news.
Toño knows why? Toño knows why?
Yeah.
It might be for the WBA, the international that Bully has, or something a little bigger.
Oh, okay. All right. Here we go. Toño, you made fun of this young man. He is here now.
Aldayr!
I didn't make fun of nobody.
Aldayr, Toño made fun of you, so just cut him off.
I never made fun of nobody.
Aldayr,
I just
happy
said,
birthday, Gallo.
Happy birthday, Aldayr.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, so this is Aldayr Gonzalez, who's having a birthday today. He works at Golden Boy, running around doing everything you need. He's a jack of all trades, helping make fights, helping with the ring, all that other stuff. Aldayr, it's your birthday today. And normally we don't bring people on, but you're a good young man. I've known you since you're, 13 years old? How old are you now?
Today I turned 20.
You turned 20 years old right now. So
I drink to that.
you
Drink
better
to
not.
that.
Yeah.
Barrilito.
Thank you.
But Aldayr, happy birthday to you. For those of you wondering, it's the younger brother of Chimpa Gonzalez, who used to fight for Golden Boy, trained with Diaz brothers for a little bit. Aldayr, you're 20 years old. I know you want to work in the sport of boxing, but we wanted to have you on. You're a loyal day one fan who've been watching us. What do you think about Toño saying that you shouldn't get a shout out?
I never said that.
He had a hard time getting on the show, so I mean, I'm gonna let him get.
Hey,
I'm gonna let him slide on that one.
I was bullied. My emotions were going crazy.
It's okay. I'm gonna let that one slide, Toño.
All
You know, it's the first time on the show.
Aldayr. Happy birthday, Aldayr.
Aldayr, what is your role at Golden Boy?
Well, before COVID, I was interning. I was interning for Robert, and I was just pretty much learning and picking up the most that I could off of him.
And you want to be a matchmaker?
That's correct. That's the goal.
Have you made any fights?
Yes, I have.
Seriously?
Yes.
At the age of 19, you told Roberto, hey, this guy, we can make it?
Yeah, I was actually 18 at the time.
Oh, well, tell us what happened.
Wow.
Damn.
Technically speaking, I was 18. It was like 2 months before my 19th birthday, before COVID hit. It was on the Ryan Garcia versus Francisco Fonseca undercard, and Robert.
That was it. That was on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, correct. He
Okay.
told me I was gonna spread my wings out a little bit, and he gave me the opportunity to get a spot on the card and make a fight. And the fight actually ended up being a draw, but after the two fighters got out of the ring, they reversed the decision in the backstage, pretty much.
Which fight was that?
Anthony Casillas versus Tenochtitlan Nava.
That was yours. That was a good fight. They went 6 rounds. I remember watching that. That was a good scrap back and forth. So how did you, an 18-year-old kid, say, hey, Robert, I can make this fight?
So at the time, there was like a couple of spots on the card that were open, and Robert pretty much was telling me if there was anyone that I knew local that would take a spot on the card as an opponent, as a B-side, and I fortunately was able to come up with that guy, and he accepted the fight, and they made the fight happen.
Wow. That's awesome. See that? That's why Coach calls you mi gallo. And that's why I tell people, if you whatever sport you want to get into, whatever business you want to get into, follow the people who are doing the job and surround yourself around them, and never assume you can't do anything. And Coach, he was at your camp. He wasn't training, but he was there for you. So you see something special in this young man, don't you?
Let me tell you what's special about him. He's very charismatic. He's always a step ahead. And he's the type of kid that I would definitely... He's the type of kid that I would definitely open the doors to any business that I have, because you don't have to tell him what to do. Before you tell him what to do, he's already ahead doing it before you tell him, you know? Yeah. And that means a lot. That means a lot because he's been around when Chimpa was training with us. He would come around and, you know, he was always fun to have around. He's always smiling. You know, he has a great sense of humor, and he's always on point. I like him because every time we go to LA, he's always. As a matter of fact, let me tell you, one time I was in a bubble. Actually, I was in a bubble across on the hotel that is across the street from the JW Marriott.
Mm-hmm. The Renaissance or something like that.
Yeah. And I was there, and I remember I opened the window and I looked down and I saw the hot dog car over there across the street. And I'm thinking, and I remember I posted something. Would anybody bring me something? I'm hungry because I don't like the food here. And Aldayr was the first person who called me and says, hey, Coach, he says, if you need something, I live like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes from here. I'll drive to you, whatever you want. I go, Aldayr, but we're in a bubble. He goes, Coach, I don't care. I'll pack some tacos or whatever in a box. He told me, no, he was serious. When he called me, he goes, Coach, if you need me, I'll be right there. I'm like 30 minutes from you. I know you're in a bubble, but I can pack some tacos and hot dogs in the box, and I'll take it to the front desk, and I'll have them delivered to you. I go, you know what, Aldayr, thank you so much. I appreciate it, but no, it's okay. But he was the first one to jump, you know.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
That work ethic, that desire to get after it out of here. You'll do that.
Yep.
That's what you need right there. See? Too many kids make complaints right now. This guy's trying to make things happen. So good for you. Right here, Jesus Solis. Congratulations on your future Golden Boy. Keep your eyes on the prize. Doing all kinds of good stuff. And stay in school. Go back to school. And then you'll be all right. Okay? All right, out here. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. As you can tell, he doesn't talk much, but I just wanted to get you on the show. Big supporter of ThursDIAZ. Aldayr, thank you so much. Happy birthday. Say hello to your mom and dad. Great people. Chipa's cool too, but we'll see. Chipa, the entire family, they're all great. We'll see you guys too. And right here, Chimpa's girlfriend Lorraine's going to fight in Tijuana on the 22nd, somebody said.
Yeah, next month.
Okay, that's the Elite show. I'm actually going to be working that show at Big Punch Arena in Tijuana. Are you going to go, Aldayr?
Let's see if I can. That's actually on my mom's birthday, so I might not be able to make it.
Oh, because I was to tell you, if you go, you could be my partner that night.
Well, maybe I can make something happen and we'll show up.
All right, if you go, you will be my partner.
All right, cool.
Aldayr, and make sure you put some training wheels on Chimpa's bike because the other day he fell and it wasn't good.
That was not a good time, man. That was not a good time.
All right, Aldayr, go enjoy yourself. We'll talk to you later. Hang up. And, congratulations on your first appearance on ThursDIAZ. Happy birthday.
Thank you guys for the show. It was fun.
Cheers, Chipa. See you, Aldayr.
Bye,
see
guys.
that?
Good
See
night.
that?
Thank you.
Yeah. See that, Tono? See what he did? Aldayr, hang up.
How do I? Oh, there we go.
Now, Tono, you see what he did? He comes on the show. He's a little nervous at first. He's okay. He opens up a little bit. Did he shout anybody out?
No.
Yeah. I thought I was shouting everybody. My mom, my brother.
Oh man! Oh my God, Tono.
No, but this is the first time. But this is the first time he's in.
Yeah.
The first time I was in, I never shouted nobody.
You wanted to, but didn't let you.
All right. All right.
I know. See, now this is like my third, fourth time. I feel part of the show now.
Tono, you know,
Like,
you know where to hang up? You know where to hang up?
No. Make it before no tiene para colgar.
All right, here we go. 45 minutes in. I still got a good beer right now. If you have questions, type them in. We'll get a couple in there before we get going because these guys are in the bubble. So we will take questions from you right now. It doesn't matter about what it is, what question, what topic will go. Talk more about Sal Sanchez. Sal Sanchez, what was that? He fights for Thompson. He's going to be fighting soon.
No. It says that he talks more than Sal Sanchez.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Sal Sanchez only throws emojis.
Yeah, that's it. Sal Sanchez.
Yeah.
Coach, what do you think about Aaron Rodgers not wanting to be in Green Bay?
Who cares about that guy? Let's go. Continue. Next question.
Tono!
He wants to take a break.
Aaron Rodgers saw my show last time. He wants to take a break.
I think Rodgers wants to take a break like Tono.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh man, I was disappointed when I saw that. I'm like, man, are you serious?
You serious? Is that true?
I don't know. I've been busy preparing. I know he's disgruntled. I don't know the latest on what's going on. Juan Prado wants me to ask you the trip to Julio's fight in Las Vegas. We've heard that story 8 different times. We're good. The other ones.
Juan Prado.
That's the only show. The only trip he did.
I know that as soon as I hang up, he's gonna be FaceTiming me all night because he doesn't work today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
So he don't care. He's already drunk.
He's
by the
hammered.
pool. He's hammered. So he's one of those that I got to block right now on my phone because tonight he's not gonna sleep.
All right. Let's see here.
Juan Hernandez.
Let me ask you: would you fight Logan Paul for $500,000? I think anybody will fight any YouTuber right now because you can make so much money, right? It doesn't matter.
That's where the money's at.
Yeah, there's so much money going on there. Oh, here we go from Cuñado. Update on the gym, coach.
Ooh.
Oh man, I'm so excited, man! It's today. We got the installation in. We can start drywalling. Actually, a friend of mine called me and says, "Hey, I'm gonna go measure so that we can start paving the whole parking on the back and the front, and the air conditioning guy." So we're really close, man. Everything's moving so smooth. The welders coming in, start welding the frames for the bags. Actually, my son and I today here, we were sitting here going over the equipment that we're gonna order. I'm gonna tell you something. I already got everything down to the point where June, no later than mid-June, we're already in that gym.
Wow, no later than mid-June. That's awesome. It's been we've seen it grow. I know you were posting some pictures the other day and some videos of it. Coach, you were moving. It looked like some drywall sheets the other day, and there was only one guy there. One fighter came to help you. What was everybody else at?
No. What happened was in the dressing rooms. The dressing rooms, there's really not a lot of work to be done in them. So a lot of the stuff I put in the dressing rooms was down on the way when they were doing electrical and all the work. So the installation guy comes in and he starts insulating the whole gym, but he couldn't insulate one wall because there was a lot of stuff stored there. And he called me and said, "Hey, coach, there was one area where I didn't insulate because there was a lot of stuff and I didn't want to touch any of your things." And I said, wait, I'll go over there right now and I'll move them myself. But I have like 30 boxes of tile, and those boxes are really heavy, and they were all leaning on the wall. So as I'm driving over there, I'm like, I think I can handle it myself. But when I saw everything that was in there, I'm gonna take it out by myself. I posted, I said, "Hey, if anybody's watching, come and help me. I need help." So there was one guy, which is one of my boxers. His name is Sebastian Chalino. He just jumped and said, "Coach, I'll be right there right now." As a matter of fact, he had conditioning at 6 o'clock, and he got in like at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and we hauled everything out of that room so that the man can finish the installation, so that he didn't have to make another trip.
And that's what he was there to help you out. Other people don't.
You know what, Joel? I'll watch you cuando you get removing the towels, and I forgot to call you and tell you, you guys put the towel laying uno arriba de otro. A veces no se te quebran. You gotta stand them de lado, yeah.
Oh, you should have been. You should have been there, Tono, to help it.
I could have, would, but I wasn't. I didn't see the video till later at night.
All right. There was an interview. Here's a thoughts on Canelo interview with Graham Bessinger. So Graham Bessinger is a young man who does good interviews with them. Canelo was on there. I haven't seen the entire interview, but Canelo talked about how he makes $4 to $5 million every quarter on his rental properties
every 3 months
in real estate, and how he's be willing to die in the ring for the family. A good interview. But I'll tell you this about when you interview Canelo, I've done it many times, he does speak English. He just chooses not to, just like a lot of professional athletes, because something's going to get lost in translation, and also his accent is thick. So he understands everything you say to him. He doesn't need a translator. He just doesn't want to speak in English, which, hey, good for him. If he doesn't want to do it, that's perfectly fine. So there it is.
He spoke some of it.
But he's not going to have like a full-on conversation.
I saw a couple of them where they talk about his brother when he was kidnapped while he was in a fight. And he talked about when he was in the razor with the guy Graham. He was like, he got scared, on the razors.
Mm-hmm.
He took him on the razors, and I saw a couple interviews. It's good.
Yeah, Max Palacio asked, what's next for Jose Gonzalez? I don't know. I don't know what goes on with the fighters and the contract. The only thing I know is what I see on social media. I don't know much about what goes on.
I heard Joe might, I think he's the night for Navarrete.
Yeah, now Joe is a mandatory for Navarrete, so supposedly that fight could be happening.
That'd be a good fight.
Yep. Coach,
a good fight.
How many world champions do you have?
Right now, current only Akhmadaliev.
Okay.
Akhmadaliev is the only champion we have right now.
We have 2 more titles in the next 2 months.
Who's that?
We have Rajab Butayev fighting, I think, sometime at the end of June.
He's fighting Jamal James.
Jamal James. And then we have Batir Akhmedov fighting for the WBA interim 140-pound title on the undercard of Mario Barrios and Tank
Gervonta Davis.
Oh, okay. Here's a good question that comes from Marco Favela, who does the graphics for us. Coach, how do you handle fighters with mental health issues, and how was it handled back in the day? And we saw the story about how Ryan Garcia said he's going to take a break because he's speaking with his medical team. Also, the kid today, Amel Williams, last night he was on Instagram Live, graffiti on a building and talking bad about Eddie Hearn, and then today came out with a statement that he needs to take a break for mental issues. And I know that it's something that has come to light recently, but back in the day, Coach, it was also more taboo of like, oh, if somebody had mental issues, like, no, you don't. You don't, right? It showed signs of weakness. How do you deal with that now?
Before it was different. Before, like, if you have a fighter that's telling you, oh, una cachetada y vámonos, you fucking slap him across the head and, hey, snap out of it. Now it's different, But at the same time, like I said, I'm not a person to judge. I mean, we all have problems. Personal problems. But, you can't criticize anybody for whatever they're doing and why they're not taking fights. I'm not the person to judge Ryan Garcia for not taking the fight. If he has some personal problems or health issues, those are his problems. We don't know what they are. We don't know what they are, so we cannot. We don't have the right to comment, especially give negative comments. His personal life is very separate from the sport, and all we have to do is just, hey, wish him the best, and hopefully he comes back.
Yeah, and Coach, without having to say any names or anything like that, but has fighters talked to you about how they might be having personal issues, and how do you deal with that?
The only fighter that I've had, that I trained, that at one point told me that, had a little bit of issues was Victor Ortiz at a point. But Victor went through so much as a kid, you know. Victor had a very tough childhood, and sometimes I would give him the therapy myself. I will bring him to my house. I'll take him to my backyard, and we'll stay there. And believe me, I will speak to him in a way that nobody ever spoke to him before. And the next day, he was a different fighter. He was a different person.
But how do you deal with that as a trainer? Because it's no longer I'm a trainer. It's more of you're looking out for a fighter because, like, credit to anybody who ever steps into a ring. Fighters are brave and they can't show any kind of weakness. So for them to lower their guard like that, that's deep, coach.
But the thing, Beto, is that, I mean, we're not only coaches. A lot of people see us as coaches, trainers. We're not just that. We're more than that. But people don't see it. We become brothers. We become fathers. We become mentors, you know? I mean, Antonio can tell you, I mean, sometimes I'm their doctor. I'm their chiropractor. I'm their
Chiropractor.
I mean, sometimes there's fighters that come to me, they don't have support, and I help them with money, you know, because they need it. Um, there's fighters that have some health issues, and I've taken them to the doctor, you know, because they need, you know, and having some mental issues. I mean, it's nothing new. Every fighter at one point has a bad day, you know, and sometimes stress. The sport of boxing is not an easy sport. There's fighters that they come to me and tell me, Coach, I couldn't sleep last night. Why? I don't know. And it's because the pressure of the moment, the pressure of the events. You know, some events are too big for other people, for other athletes. You know, if you're not ready for it, believe me, you lose sleep. You can't think about it. You get too nervous, and that's the thing. We have to deal with all that. So, with experience and time, we learn to manage all that.
Now,
Who,
go ahead, Toño. You have some?
who was the fighters? ¿Te acuerdas? Was it cuál era el que the one that couldn't sleep during the Dare Showdown? Remember? He was
Yeah,
always
that was
was it Figueroa?
yeah, that was David. David.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
we
one
had
day,
a kid that he was.
this kid comes to me and he tells me, "Can you train me?" I said, "Sure." Really, really strong kid, physically strong, great boxer. Um, I mean, if you see him in the ring, he was untouchable. So I started
Great
training
fighter.
him. Great fighter. I started training him. I said, "Okay, I'll give you an opportunity." Started training him. I made some calls to some promoters. I said, "Hey, I have a kid right now that has a lot of potential." Really. As a matter of fact, at one point I had Alex Camponovo looking into him, and I started training him. He was sparring, doing really good, and getting closer to a big tournament. It was a national tournament. It was like the tournament started on a Friday, I think. On a Tuesday, I went to the ranch and I'm riding a horse, 5:30 in the morning, and I get a call, and it's him, and it says, "Hey, Coach. Who's this? This is David. What's up, David?" He says, "Hey, Coach, I don't know what's going on with me right now, but I can't sleep." I go, "What do you mean you can't sleep?" He says, "Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about the tournament." And that's the reason why you can't sleep? He says, "Yeah, Coach, I've been thinking about the tournament a lot, and I haven't been able to sleep for the past 2 days."
He wanted to win it.
I said, "Let me tell you something. Don't do it. You're not going to fight. I'm going to pull you out of the tournament." He goes, No. That's not what I want." I go, "I'm pulling you out because you're not going to win." I mean, right there and then you're already defeated. If you're thinking about it so much and you can't sleep because of the tournament, you already lost. So I'm pulling you out of the tournament. So I said, "Okay," I step aside, and he decided to fight himself, and he lost in the first fight. So I knew that mentally he was already defeated. There's fighters that are defeated before they even walk in the ring. And there's times in which I see fighters. I had Felix Diaz fighting an undefeated fighter in Alabama. And when I go to the other dressing room to check the hand wraps, and I see he has his wife and his kids playing around, and I said, "Hey, Felix, this is going to be an easy fight." He says, "Why?" "Because I already scoped the whole perimeter in it. He has his wife, his kids, and everything. His whole family's here. So he's going to try to come at you and knock you out." I go, "Don't look for him. Let him look for you. Just let him make mistakes and execute them." He did. He beat him. I said, "You know what? Because he wanted to prove to his family, to his fans, to everybody that he was there to win. He had so much people behind him that he was like his confidence was too high. I said that kid already lost. Just get in there and enjoy the moment. He won. He beat the kid, and he was supposed to be a big prospect, you know. And you can tell when fighters mentally they're too excited to win, and they try too hard to impress, they can get into trouble. And there's fighters that before they even walk in the ring, they're already defeated because they're not ready for it.
That's part of the thing that I see now, like working in sports and being around, sports, especially at the youth level, that the pressure is so big right now from parents and also from kids, because you have a 13-year-old kid who has thousands of followers, maybe 20,000 followers. They post these videos of all these belts, and then they turn pro, and everything. Not that everything's been handed to them, but it's been easy. They've been coddled. And I'm not trying to sound like the old man, but all of a sudden they realize in the pro game, it doesn't matter if you're 16 or 35. A pro's a pro. You're in there as a pro, and that pressure can't be handled when it's just you by yourself, because you've been built up for all these years. Like everybody's been telling you this, like the pressure from your dad or your mom or your friends, and the failure levels. And you see it in baseball a lot, where guys sign for $2 million when they come out of high school and they never get out of the minor leagues. And that's what happens with some of these kids, the pressure of what they're going to do. And Tono, I know that you work with the amateur program a lot.
Yes.
And when you take them to tournaments, how many of those kids are actually going to become good pros? Right?
Yeah,
it's very, very
hard.
minimal. And
Very minimal.
And I see this, and that's right, like
1 out of 10.
if that, right?
If that.
And I get messages all the time, private messages from parents sending me, hey, can you give my kid a shout out? He's this, and this. He's rated this and this in all sports. And I look, I'm like, your kid's 11. Like, what are you doing here? Like, does the kid want it or do you want it? And I'm not saying this is about Ryan Garcia or Ammo Williams, but just in general, it has to be a drive that you have, right, Tono? Like you have to have that drive.
Exactly. See, let me tell you about that real quick. When I was an amateur, I wasn't a great amateur. Every time I went to tournaments, I made it to maybe semifinals, finals, and there was a couple fighters that were fighting around the same era as I was. Man, they were the best. Man. Every time they fought, they were winning. They were beating every fighter out there. They were winning every national tournament. But when it came to the pros, it was different. These guys didn't make it, and I made it a lot further than all these guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how bad you want it. In the pros, they don't matter how many national titles you won in the amateurs. It doesn't matter how many people you fought or you beat, how many times, whatever. If you have to work hard, the pros is different.
Yeah.
The amateurs is more of a pity pat, touch. In the pros, you have to get respect. Every time you go in the ring, like when I used to fight, I used to go in the fight, and after I felt that first jab, I knew right away it's gonna be an easy fight or it's gonna be a hard fight. I should watch it, or I should just walk right through this guy, just by feeling this first jab. And that's what I tell all my fighters. Every time you go in the ring and you throw that first jab, it has to make your opponent think, oh, checks, let me watch for this guy.
That's why when I do that's why I love doing the Thompson shows or the club shows or the early fights on Golden Boy, because you'll have a prospect who's 4-0, 5-0, they bring him on, and then all of a sudden you have a Mexican fighter who's 2-7, and he'll score a crazy knockout because that guy needs to eat. He needs to feed his family. It's that hunger, that desire. Like somebody brings up the point about Johnny Manziel, the former quarterback. Johnny Manziel wins the Heisman Trophy, goes to the Browns, and he messes it all up because he was too busy partying. And there's another thing I saw last night. So, Coach, my son had a high school. What happened?
Beto, real quick.
Yeah.
Without saying no names, Joel's going to tell you, and when you mentioned the Thompson shows, there was a kid, a top elite Olympic prospect that was going to fight his pro debut in Thompson's. And Joel knows because he was in the dressing room with us. Without saying no names, the kid was from San Bernardino. A bad little kid in the amateurs. What happened, Joel?
He fought a kid from Mexico that they just brought as a as a B side,
Uh huh.
and he goes in the
With the
ring.
Dare 2 in advance.
Yeah, with it, I think it was a day or two.
Yeah.
And I was in the dressing room when this kid was in there with his whole team. I mean, I never saw anybody with so many people behind him. He goes in the ring, and he has so much trouble with that kid that they got within 2 days' notice. He comes back into the dressing room.
It
His
was a
face
draw.
is all, yeah, his
It
face
was a draw.
he's all beat up from his face, and then he says his hands were hurting, so they brought a bucket of ice and they put his hands in the bucket.
And what did you tell us when you walked in the ring?
I told
When you
these
walked in the
guys,
dressing room?
I said, this guy's done. He's never gonna fight again. Why?
Really?
Because I can tell that he's demoralized for life. You can tell the fighter when he's demoralized for life that he's no longer gonna come around because his first experience as a professional fighter was the worst of his life. So he's no longer coming around, that's it.
Really? There was a. I was listening to that Tim Boxell podcast the other day when I talked about where they only talk about club shows, and there was a show last week in Big Punch Arena. A 17-year-old kid from San Bernardino hyping up, and he has a bunch of followers. He was going to go to the Olympics, all that other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He lost to a Colombian who was 1-3, and the Colombian dropped him a couple of times, and that was it. And it was just like, you're gonna go. You got to be careful what's going on, and you're stepping up as a pro. And Jesus Solis says, "Oh, anybody can be a pro." That's true. I'm talking about successful, good pro boxers. Anybody can get in the ring. Respect to them. And
the story can be a pro. Anybody can be a coach.
Yeah, the story I was gonna tell you was yesterday. My son had a game against a school called J. Serra down in San Juan Capistrano, and today I told him, his teammates, the story. On the bench, the assistant coach is a guy named Taylor King. Coach, he's 30 years old, 6'8". 10 years ago, 11 years ago, this kid was voted California best basketball player for that year. He goes to Duke, parties, gets kicked out. Goes to Villanova, parties, gets kicked out. Goes and plays overseas and everything else. Like, there's been stories about how he even talks about it, how he wasn't disciplined, the pressure of being the best kid at modern day. He holds the scoring record at modern day for all that stuff and everything. He said everything was always easy for me, but I didn't have the mental capacity to understand what it was like to be on your own, to go and do everything else. And then I took my son and his friends to eat today. I'm like, look at the guys that he played with this in this All-Star game. James Harden, Kevin Love, the guys that he was rated higher than. That's why I try to tell these high school kids that my son and his friends, like, it's not where you're at right now. It's where you're going to be as an adult, where you're going to move on to. And that's what you guys have to do a lot, Coach. And I don't even know how we got to the subject, but you guys are like psychologists, almost like amateur psychologists for this. Should there be more of that, maybe professional psychology in the sport?
It should be. And let me tell you a quick thing that happened recently, and I had to explain to some of my fighters the situation. A lot of people don't understand that to be a trainer, it's not about holding a pair of mitts. There's a lot of trainers out there that just by holding a pair of mitts, they say they're trainers. Believe me, they're not. You know what I mean? They're just mid holders. They're not trainers. A trainer has a big duty, a big responsibility. For example, a coach came by the other day to the gym, and he says, "How you doing with your fight?" I said, "Good. Look at this guy just fought. This guy just fought. This guy's fighting." I said, "Look, the only fighters that have not fought is this kid and this kid. They have not fought because right now, due to the pandemic, the boxing is still stalled. But it's my responsibility as a trainer to explain to them the situation. I got a couple of fighters that are like, 'Hey, coach,' I said, 'Look, guys, they just keep training, they stay active. Pretty soon boxing is going to start opening up and we're going to start fighting again.' Right now, every promoter is basically giving their first picks to the contract by contracts to the signed fighters. But all you guys here, I mean, just hang in there. I'm gonna get you guys fights as soon as there's an opportunity. But just don't give up. Keep learning and stay active. Pretty soon we're gonna get back on the road." This coach comes to me and tells me the other day, "Oh, well, I had this good kid, this good fighter, but since there's no fights right now, he just said he's gonna quit. So he quit. See, that this is problem. That is the coach's responsibility. Because the coach needs to tell him, hey, you know what? Relax. We're going through a pandemic. We're going through some hard situations right now. You gotta relax, and I can help you. Meanwhile, you have to adjust. Those guys that I have in the gym that have not fought, believe me, I'm getting them some money to their pocket right now while there's no fight. I find a way. It's not my problem. I'm just a coach. Remember, I'm just a trainer. But I find my way to make sure they make money while they get fights, one way or another. Remember, I have a family, I have a job, I have a project, and above all that, I still think about those kids because they're under my supervision. There's coaches that just by holding a pair of mitts, they say, oh, I'm a coach, and I got so many years of experience, but you don't prove anything. You just hold a pair of mitts and let people. But you gotta be on top of your fighters. Make sure they're okay here, not physically. The physical part is done at the gym.
Yeah.
This is very different. You have to mentor them. You have to guide them. You have to tell them the situation that you're going through, and in the sport of boxing where things are gonna end up. And that's the thing. Right now, a lot of fighters, they don't want to fight no more because there's no fights. And when am I going to fight again? I don't know. Nobody has answers. When a fighter comes to you and tells you, am I going to fight anytime soon? And you don't have answers, then
no motivation.
There's no motivation.
It's an interesting. I don't even know how we got to this subject, but it's an interesting one because you can get after it, and it's I see it a lot in boxing because you go to the gym and it's like, does the kid want to fight or does the dad want to use the kid as a way out? Like they see the riches, but the amount of people who are actually making a lot of money compared to the people who are making $5,000 for a fight. Like I always tell with kids, I'm like, you might be fighting early on, but people, just because you're out there on a show doesn't mean you're making money. And sometimes the manager makes more than you, the fighter. Sometimes the trainer makes more. It's just the business of what's going on, and it's man. As the Ace of SoCal says, respect to the coaches on their input to boxing, listen to multiple boxing podcasts. Definitely the most honest and real take on this topic. Yeah, it's just, and Anthony Tony's a great guy, great fan of boxing. He knows what's going on, and this is an interesting subject, Coach, because I know that you deal with fighters from que están sacrificando mucho, like the Uzbekistans, the Kazakhstan guys, where they're not going to see their family for a couple years, and then you have another fighter who's like, oh, coach, I don't feel like running today. It's a little too hot or it's a little too cold. And it's like, you got to find that balance. And I don't envy anything you do because you are really a psychologist for these guys. You're a father figure, everything else.
Beto, there's different emotions. There's sacrifices. The Uzbekistan fighters, they live, believe me, we've been there with Antonio. We went to Uzbekistan and we saw how in Uzbekistan, every kid you see on the street wants to be a boxer. Because they want to be better in their lives. They want to come to America. I mean, you don't know how many kids approached us personally in Uzbekistan, and how many fighters from Uzbekistan have sent me messages, Coach, please help me. I want to go to America. I want to be a world champion. But you know what? Those are the kids that appreciate the most when they come here. All the Uzbek fighters that I have, the Uzbeks, Dagestans, Kazakhs, these guys are soldiers. They never complain. They never
say no.
They never say no. You tell them to move a wall, they'll move it. And I mean, you tell them to do 1,000 sit-ups, and they never complain. They'll do them. But you know why? Because it's their dream. They're privileged to be here. They consider that a privilege being here. And there's people that are here. They are in their comfort zone. They're like, my mom and my dad will buy me whatever I want. Believe me, I had fighters in the gym that they're in the comfort zone where they're not hungry. They got everything they want. They got everything they need. And there's fighters that don't have anything, and they're the hungry ones. They're the ones that are willing to take the extra mile. They run the extra mile, do the extra work because they're sacrificing for something in the future. Those are soldiers,
It's like
Go ahead,
Like
Tony.
when I fought Emmanuel Augustus. I'm telling you, Emmanuel Augustus is one of the hardest fighters I've ever fought. That guy has been the only one that has hurt me the most to the body. And I remember it was the seventh, eighth round. He kept picking the little. I was inside with my hands here. He kept picking that little shots into the center of my body, into my solar plex. Dude, there was a point where I wanted to go to my knees or I wanted to stop, but I was thinking after this fight, I have a big fight. I have a big fight coming. I have a big fight coming, and that kept me just kept going, 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 or else I would have just quit. You know?
Yeah, it's funny because I think anything that you want to get to and be successful in life is you have to sacrifice. And whether you want to be a world class champion, whether you want to be a broadcaster like me, like recently you guys see on my Instagram, I've been announcing high school games because I'm trying to get a job with either Fox or ESPN doing college football games, college basketball. I'm trying to get out there. So somebody reached out to me and said, "Damn, I can't believe you're doing a high school game for free." Like, really? That's where you're at right now in your career? I'm like, you know what? I don't look at it like that. I look at it as I'm practicing my craft, I'm working on something, and I'm trying to get better at something because that's going to lead me somewhere else. Like I've been on the big levels, but I have no ego where I can say I'm too good for this. And some people have said I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it for free. I'm like, that's good. That's good for you. I'm not you. I still want to sacrifice. I still want to have the hunger and still drive after it because I want to reach the goals. And it's an interesting thing right now, and where we're at in all kinds of sports. And this is all sports too. And it's just okay. Marco Favela, perfect example. Andy Ruiz against Joshua 1, right? That's a great example. How hungry was Andy? How many bills did Andy have? Remember in Madison Square Garden, he's like to his mom, "We're fine now. I paid the bills. We're good."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he goes and he buys everything you could think of. It was like it was like a modern day. It was like Rocky. Rocky bought a robot. Yeah. Remember he bought a robot?
Yeah, robot.
Paulie was out there, and what happens? He loses. Like, and now what does Andy even say? Interviews that Andy's been saying. "Oh, I had to get rid of my friends. I had to go here. I had to refocus myself." And I get it. You make millions. It's fine.
Crew with all, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Camera crew.
It's man, it was good right there. Good conversation right there. Good plática, coach. That was good. But if a fighter, have you ever seen a sports psychologist in boxing?
Me? No. Wow. Like I'm telling you, look, the only fighter that got to that point in my career as a trainer was Victor Ortiz. There's a sports psychologist who is my friend. His name is Mario. Actually, he's a teacher at UCLA. He's a really good guy, and he has his methods. As a matter of fact, you know what? I was so impressed because when I came over to his house, he lives in the LA area. Very smart guy, Mario Torres. On his backyard, and look, in his backyard, he has an igloo. He has an igloo like those they have in Alaska. Made out of cement. And he tells me when they come to me, and you want to make them mentally strong, I put them in there. I go, "What do you mean?" He says, "Yeah, we all get in the igloo and we sit around it, and we light a fire in the middle, and the thing is really, really hot. So it's like you're in there, and psychologically, like it's hot in there, and we'll see who's gonna be the first and the last to get out. And some people stay here because they're mentally strong. I teach them how to be mentally strong. Some people that are very weak-minded, they get out quick because it's getting hot. But there's some that will stay here until I say, okay, it's time to get out. So we get out and we jump in the pool." He goes, "But when I go and I talk to them, I make a big difference." Actually, he spoke to Victor Ortiz at some point to help him a little bit, and it helped. Victor was very happy with him, but that was the only situation I've had in my entire career as a trainer dealing with something like that.
Yeah, but it's also boxing is a macho sport, right? You're not supposed to ever show weakness.
Exactly. If you don't have the heart, like we say, we don't have the heart, the balls in the sport, don't box. I've always said, don't waste my time. If I catch some sort of weakness in the gym, because there's fighters that, they're very talented and they act tough, but there's a point in there Did I catch the weakness? Like, no. I didn't like that. I gotta see it again. And if it happens again, believe me, I lose some sort of interest because I know that sooner or later, your mind's gonna betray you.
Okay, who's this American Chicano guy? Because he's just making up all kinds of comments here.
No, that's the American Chicano guy. I know who he is, but he does have a good phrase because I read his thing right now, and this is my thing, and everybody knows. If I come to the gym, Beto, everybody knows this. Antonio knows. Everybody knows. If I come to the gym and I tell you, Beto, you're sparring today, and your answer is who? I would say nobody.
Never mind. No.
Never mind. You're not sparring.
Yeah, of course.
If I tell you, because a lot of people do that. When I walk in the gym, I tell you, hey, yeah, I'm telling you, that's the reason why I do it.
Yeah.
Because there's times in which I walk in the gym and there's some of the boxers that say, hey, you're sparring today. And they turn around and like, who? Nobody. You should never question me who you're sparring. Are you guys? That's why I know he knows me.
We have a kid, and Joel knows. He uses that kid as an example for everybody. His name is Gabino. Little short kid, 7, 8 years old. 8 years old. You tell him, Gabino, you're sparring. Okay, coach. Just okay,
like
coach.
That. He never asked who.
And then and sometimes I tell him, hey, put this bigger guy in the ring with him. So Gabino will get ready, and then we'll get a bigger guy ready, and they'll go in the ring, and say, bell rings ding. He'll go at the big guy. He'll never say, like, oh, he's too big. Never. No. He'll go. He's ready. He's ready. He's ready to throw.
There's two reasons for that. Me as a coach, I am responsible for you in the gym. Yeah. And if you're my fighter, I'm not gonna put you in the ring against somebody that's gonna hurt you or beat you up, right? It's a
of course.
So by you asking me who, when I tell you you're sparring, you're doubting me. And I don't like that. Like you gotta if I'm your trainer, you gotta believe and trust me. If I tell you, hey, you're sparring, the only answer I want to hear is, okay, coach.
Okay.
Simple as that.
I mean,
that's true. That's true.
I never want to hear when I tell you, hey, you're sparring. Who? And then there's some that they say it like, who? Like, you can tell in the expression in their face, like they don't want to, you know?
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not sparring. Forget it.
No, that's it. If you're asking questions,
they
want to know, is it Gabino Barrera? No, it's not him.
No, Gabino Flores. Gabino Flores. Hey, but his favorite song is Gabino Barrera.
It better be. It better be. Tonya, how you feeling?
If it was Gabino Barrera, he'll be knocking doors left and right. Believe me, but he's not.
Yeah. I'm feeling good.
Are you feeling good? How much beer you got left?
See, these two are done.
Okay.
This one's almost done. And I got one more here, and I got more in the fridge.
Oh, hey, Coach, how you feeling?
I'm good. Look, I got a couple. Well, I got a couple, but I got some more in the fridge.
All right, well, I got... All right, where's Jolito? He's there? All right, so I got half of one. All right, so let's go. All right, we'll finish up this beer, then we'll get going. All right, lightning round. If you guys have any questions, ready, bring them in right now. If not...
Only good questions.
Yeah, good question. If not, I'm going to have the Ace of SoCal join us right now.
Look, I have an announcement to make.
All right, dun, dun, dun. Wait, hold on. Do I got sound effects here? The horns? Let me get the horns. Wait, hold on.
No. This is not an announcement. It's like. No, wait. I don't know how to say it, but the thing is this. You know, there's a raffle. There's a raffle. You guys seen a raffle?
Oh yeah.
No, the tractor doctor asked me. Because they're doing a fundraiser for leukemia, lymphoma and leukemia patients, right?
Oh wow!
So I got a pair of gloves, and they were signed by Beck, by B-Ball, by Manny, by Miguel, by Antonio, by me. These gloves are on Nono the Tractor Doctor's page, and there's a few tickets left. Okay, so the raffle can go on. If anybody's interested in buying, I mean, they're $25. I mean, just to help the lymphoma and leukemia patients. We're just trying to help out. I'm helping him out, and there's some more raffles that he's been doing. But I donated those gloves, signed by these world champions. So if anybody's willing to help, contact Nono, the tractor doctor, and buy a ticket so that those tickets can get raffled, and whoever the lucky person is gonna keep a pair of nice gloves.
Oh, very nice. Very, very, very nice. It was a very. Oh, no. I thought it had the sound effects, but no, I guess not. All right,
Okay.
all right.
I saw a comment.
Oh,
I saw a
Toño,
comment.
Toño, who's in charge of the show here?
Toño.
Toño.
Ruben Polanco
Toño.
said,
Toño.
open up another beer. There. Man. I'm just saying.
Oh
Man.
my God, Toño.
Nothing.
It's we'll figure things out. Toño's in the sheets all romantico. There you go.
No. No, I'm not the sheets.
Toño don't steal the jabones. Oh, there it is. Oh, here we go.
Hey.
Do you remember any kid from the amateurs who had big hopes for, but he lost interest in boxing?
Yes, a lot.
A lot.
Who? Yeah.
A lot of kids.
We've seen we saw a lot of kids come in with big hopes, but along the road, a lot of obstacles came their way, and I mean, we saw a lot of kids growing up as amateurs with so much talent, and I can name them all, and
Wow.
they're no longer around. You know, they're just boxing fans.
See, as a matter of fact, Beto, this past week, I went over to Lee Espinosa's gym. I went over there, visit him, and say what's up. And I seen a lot of pictures that we have from us all over the gym. Then I seen the pictures of the other kids that he had before, and I even asked him, I go, hey Lee, what happened to those? There was two little brothers. They were badass in the amateurs. They were like, when they started, they were so good. As a matter of fact, they went undefeated, like 15, 16 fights undefeated. They were bad little kids. And I asked him, hey Lee, whatever happened to the little brothers? You know, they were very good. He's like, nah, you know, I mean, ya no vienen, they lost interest. I andan de chusmas. I was like, oh, all right.
Good.
But yeah, those kids
like,
are very good fighters.
I see a question. It says that how many young kids from the Coachella, Indio, Antonio, and Joel have done well in the pros. Okay, look, many more than any trainer with more than 40 years have trained. Antonio is one of the most respected trainers as an amateur coach. I really don't deal with amateurs. At one point, I trained amateurs when I was back in Coachella. Javier Barragan, Tomas Barragan, all these guys that were great amateurs back then. Okay, I stopped dealing with amateurs. I did good in the amateur business. I didn't like the politics. I decided to train professional fighters. I mean, to me, training amateurs, going to amateur shows, it was always a headache because I didn't like the politics. Antonio decided to train amateurs, which he did great. And I can name you a lot of fighters that Antonio started when he was, and is very many more than any trainer with more than 40 years experience. Antonio trained the Rodriguez brothers, the Flores brothers, Javier Padilla,
Avilés brothers. Those kids, they all made it to nationals. Believe me, all these guys made it. If you ever trained, they all won nationals. Antonio has a resume of amateur fighters that went to nationals and won nationals. The Cernas, I mean, you name it. Antonio, I mean, it's a big list. And I know trainers that come to gyms and they present themselves with so much experience, and they've only trained one fighter that beat a guy back in like 30 years ago, and they're still in the business. And I mean, up to now, there's nowhere to be found.
Antonio, your goal as an amateur coach where you're at in the program isn't to make them pros. It's to keep these kids active and out of the streets and at home.
Exactly. Keep them active.
Antonio works for the Boys and Girls Club, and just trains kids in the program.
He froze.
And then that's when I step in, and Antonio and I together, we take them from there.
Yeah, like that. I think the value that you bring, Toño, is more as the amateur coach of making sure that these kids learn discipline, learn how to, because that discipline applies to what they can do in school which could apply to helping them get to college. Or you can. It's not everybody's gonna play football, basketball, soccer as long as they're doing something out there. Here's a good question: fetal boxing. What's a good age for a kid to start boxing? And he has a 4-year-old.
8,
7. I think 7, 8. They start listening.
7, 1/2, 8.
Yeah.
And the reason why, and I explain it to people, Antonio can explain it different, but kids, they go to a boxing gym and they're young, 4, 5, 6 years old. They're still kids. I mean, even though at 8, 9, 10, they're still kids, but we learned that at a certain age, these kids,
They listen more.
they listen more. When they're 4, 5, 6, they go to the gym and you put them in one spot doing something, and then as soon as you walk away, they want to play. They're kids, you know. But once they're 7, 8, they have a little more common sense where they can stay there and work and wait for your next command.
Okay. And if the kid doesn't want to go, don't take him. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't waste somebody's
If he
time.
doesn't want to go, don't take him.
I've had kids. I've had kids that don't want to do it, but the dad's like, "Here, you're gonna stay here. You're gonna." And I tell the parent, if the kid doesn't want it, it's not gonna work. Just take him back. You know, just take him back. The thing is, you know, right now, when you mentioned about the kids, working with them and making them better people, the kids. I've been at the Boys and Girls Club for 16 years. And I've had kids, guys, teenagers, when I was there that were troublemakers. They didn't want them at the Boys and Girls Club because they were always hitting every kid, you know, bullying every kid. I started talking to them, started getting with them, and started taking them to the gym and working them out and just being a friend to them. Those guys now, they graduated from high school. They now they have a good job. They're married with kids, and they got out of the jail stuff. They got out of the jail stuff. You know?
Who's calling you, Toño?
Call me brother. I'll call him back right now.
Oh no! Answer it.
No,
Come
I'll call
on.
him back.
Answer it.
So the thing is,
Toño.
the thing is,
Toño!
that makes me more happier than making a champion.
You're creating a positive member of society.
Exactly. A kid. Well, you remember the kid at Campo? Remember Alex?
Oh yeah.
That kid. He was 16 years old. He looked 25.
Okay.
But he was like he was a bully at the Boys and Girls Club because he looked older than everybody. But the guy became a good friend of mine. I switched him around from wearing. He was a size 32 in pants. He was wearing size 44s. I brought him back to his regular clothes. His hair was always bald. I brought him back to letting his hair go with the fade. Now he's head of security at one of the hospitals there in Palm Springs. He has a great family. He has great kids.
That's awesome.
And he's not in trouble. I have other guys also. Remember Debo, Joel? Debo? Yeah, Debo is there's a guy who's trained. His name is Brandon. The guy, he was a troublemaker. His mom, when he turned 18, his mom kicked him out of the house because you're an adult, go on your own. So he had a brother that was not doing so great. He went with the brother. He got in trouble. He did some time. He got out. Now the guy, he's straight. He's a barber. He's doing great. I see him at the club a couple of days ago. He went by. He told me, I'm doing awesome. I'm staying out of trouble. I'm out of parole. I just want to be clean. He's just busy working and doing exercise.
It's like Calvin Moore, Toño. Calvin Moore came to us when he was 9 years old. Calvin Moore was a kid. They grew up in the era of Tim Bradley. They would spar together growing up as amateurs. And this kid was a troublemaker. The schools didn't want him. I mean, he was always a target in school. Everybody wanted to find him because he was a great fighter. I brought him into the gym. At one point, I think he even lit a bathroom in the school on fire.
Wow.
I think he stabbed a teacher with a pencil when he was a kid. And I brought him over, changed his life around. I would take him to fights, amateur fights, because I wanted him to get out of trouble. There was times in which he would be home until he would come and tell me, hey, I don't have food. I will go bring him food to his house because I wanted him to change his life completely. I brought him to a training camp when I think Antonio was fighting Mosley. Was it you, Antonio, when you were going to play Mosley?
Big Bird.
I brought the kid over with me And I talked to his brother. His older brother was his mentor, and I told him, hey, Nelson, I'm bringing Kelvin up and to camp with us. Yeah, take him out there. That kid got into trouble, went to jail, and then when he got out, came back and looked for me. Right now, he has a family. He's a great person. He's working at a restaurant. I mean, we've helped so much people, so many kids that were in trouble back then. They are now. Look, Julio Miranda, Toño, recently called me. Julio Miranda, he's a detective in L.A. Julio Miranda was another kid. Yeah, Julio Miranda was another kid that grew up being one of the won like five nationals, and now he's in L.A. He's a detective.
That's awesome. That's all that matters. You're making the impact. Go ahead, hold on, let me give you the solo shot. You're in your ring. Go for it. I've never seen somebody love their ring more than Tono does. All right. Well, that was a good episode of ThursDIAZ. Tono, I know you cracked it, but we did the show for an hour and 35 minutes today. So Saturday night, awesome. You can watch Tono and Cub Swanson. They'll be on the UFC, and later that evening on Fox pay-per-view, Figueroa will be going at it with Coach Joel Diaz. So
don't forget around midday, Dimitri Vivo on the Zone.
Well, you're not training him, are you?
Oh, he was part of our gym.
Oh, okay. So Vivo part of your gym. There. Okay, well there it is. Tono. Yes, so sir. Right now, solo shot. Hey, if you want to send some shout outs, go ahead, Tono.
Big shout out to John P. Prado. Don't call Joao, please. Shout out to everybody out there.
He's been texting me. Hey, mándame un saludo.
Yeah, I know. Arturo Alvarado, saludos. Fino Boxing. Chicano, where's Chicano Golf? Tell me I need golf balls. I need to go play some golf. Just saludos to everybody. Sulem, everybody, thank you for the support. Thank you for everything. And
see, this is why we don't let you do shout-outs, Tono. I said, because it's going to take the whole show.
I'm done.
What? Thank you. You shouted everybody out. Everybody that's watching the show, you already
okay. Porque está todos ahí, son mis fans.
They're not your
fans. Dude, look at everybody says you're fan. I love you. Yeah, I love you too.
I love you too.
Miguel Villarreal, Chalino Overload. Look at that, Ace of SoCal. Hey, this beer doesn't get me high and drunk. It just gives me a little buzz. Oh yeah, hey, I saw that beer that Beto's drinking. It's weird, purple.
Yeah, it's where am I at? Right here. Let me get you a little.
Candy show. Makes it dandy.
You know what, Tono?
Yes, sir.
I spoke to
Chris
our good.
Madriz.
Yeah, everybody else a shout out. I spoke to our good friend Jeremiah. I'm drinking Purple Urple slushy from 450 North and Craft Beer Kings. 450 North.
Okay, I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's from Indiana, so yeah, I got it there. But Tono,
what does it taste like?
Like purple slushy. It's actually really, really good.
Can you feel the alcohol, the hit?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling really good. What's it called? Everybody's here for Tono. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. But I spoke with Jeremiah Gallegos, who, this is who you...
Introducing to you the fighting pride of Coachella, California, the best damn trainer in boxing. Here is...
That's me.
Thank you.
So, my life. Tono, because you did such a good job on the show today, I think I'm going to ask Jeremiah in his little tuxedo if maybe he could do an intro for you. Because he's doing he's doing a full-on intro for every the whole show. But he's been traveling, so he hasn't been able to get to the studio. But he's going to do one. I think I'm going to have him make a separate one, so when Tono comes on, we could do like a little special intro for you. Because you did a good job today. Real good job today, Tono. That was real good. Man.
Thank you.
Muy buena plática. Fino Boxing, you should go back and listen to it. Real good conversation about mental awareness and sports psychology in the sport of boxing. I think you'll like it a lot. So, all right, Coach, we will see you Saturday. If you find a ticket, get one for me. But I want the ticket. I want to wave the Westico flag, right? Because they wear purple out there. So I have a purple shirt.
What about if you find a ticket? He's going to get you a ticket. It's Joel Diaz. Come on, dude.
Okay. If he finds what I'm saying is, Don't
He
try.
has one.
I'm saying don't try too hard. That's what I'm
I
saying.
got so much power. I got so much power. If you want me to sit you next to a judge, I'll sit you next to a judge.
Oh, I want you to sit next.
Oh, man.
Sit me next to Larry, the inspector, because he owes me a couple cigars. We'll be all right.
No problem.
Yeah.
Fine.
He owes me an Oliva cigar. All right, Tono. Good luck to you Saturday, Coach. We'll see you Saturday, Coach. Final words from you.
Thank you, guys.
No, not you, Tono. Coach.
No, that's nothing.
Another good night. Another good show. It's always pleasant for me and for everybody here. I'm glad that everybody enjoys the show. Antonio always comes in and puts up a good smile, on everybody's face. And Beto's always here. Giving a little bit of entertainment to everybody. Everybody is watching. Everybody is always supporting us. Thank you guys very much, man. We're here, giving you guys the same support. Anything you guys ever need, we're always here for you guys. Our show is always available to give support to anybody. So
without a doubt,
thank you guys for always.
You froze.
We're really happy. We love the support. Everybody always watching. Thank you. I mean, I cannot mention everybody, but thank you guys, man. I really appreciate it.
You don't have to, Coach. We will sing for you next. Now we will sing. Guardian Angel, sing for us. No. You can't sing in a bubble. The bubble doesn't give you the energy of making you want to sing.
No, it doesn't.
I'm gonna go take a shower right now, and I'm gonna be singing in the shower.
There it is. All right, everybody. Another episode.
Hey, Beto, before you leave, just I want to let you guys know. Next week I'll have my iPad ready. I'll be available.
Let me look at my schedule.
Just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there.
Next week, I would say next week be TBD, to be determined. Like,
oh man. Remember, you can get 4 people in here. Remember?
Hey, I can have up to 6 people on the show at one point if I want.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna learn El Corrido de Toño Diaz, and I'll sing it on the next show.
Yo me lo sé. No.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening for ThursDIAZ. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
See you guys.